YouTube. I'm making another video. This one is actually on Navy PT, boot camp PT, and then like my A school PT. So if you're not a runner, you might want to start running because they're going to make you a runner. So you don't want to have shin splints, you don't want to get stress fractures, so you go ahead and start planning out, go ahead and start now with the working out. It will only benefit you in the long run. No one likes PTing, no one likes exercising, especially when they're being told to do it at 4 a.m., 4:30, in the middle of the afternoon, you shower and then they make you PT, and then you can't really shower again. I get it. But go ahead and start preparing, because the last thing you want is to spend 8 weeks in boot camp and then can't graduate because you keep failing the PRT. And then you fail out of boot camp. That looks really bad. Or you get kicked out of the military because you can't pass the PT test and you fail. The Navy's policy now on PT, or the PRT, if you fail 2 PRTs in 3 years, you're gone, period. Doesn't matter how long you've been in, doesn't matter what you've done, what you haven't done, you're gone after 2. So if you're gonna be a part of the 3 mile club, then this may not be for you, because you have to work out pretty much every day. Especially if you're not into working out. You have to get creative. You have plenty of options once you hit the fleet. Once you get out of boot camp and A school, you can actually choose to ride the bike. You can choose to swim. You can choose to run on the treadmill. You can choose to do the elliptical machine. So you have other options besides just running the 1.5 miles. You still have to do the sit-ups and the pull-up and the sit-ups and the push-ups, but you can do an alternative cardio. So just be mindful of that. In my case, I will tell you about my situation in the PRT. I'm really good at the run. I never thought I would be. I was not a runner when I went in. I didn't become really good at running until after the 2nd PRT in boot camp. The 3rd PRT in boot camp, I started feeling pain in my legs, shooting pains in my legs, dull aches in my legs, in specifically my right leg. It started out as a shin splint, and then it developed into a stress fracture the more I ran on it. So now, it's a stress fracture. It still hurts. They put me in I had to wear sneakers. When I got to A school, they just kept putting me on light duty. I couldn't run, no marching, no jumping. You had to PT on your own type stuff. So, low impact activities. And then that wasn't working, and they put me in sneakers with very limited things I could do. Like, I literally could only work my upper body. And that didn't really help either, because I was still getting stabbing pains, because I had to walk to and from school every day, and I couldn't, there's no way of getting around going to school, and sometimes there wasn't a duty van to take me to and from school. And then after I did the month in this regular sneakers, they said, okay, that's not working. We can either give you crutches or we can give you the walking boot. I liked having the mobility of my hands, so I asked for the boot, and I wore the boot for about a month. Yeah, don't get to that stage, because it's terrible. You walk with this weird limp. People make fun of you. I think I got called Peg Leg Joe a couple of times, and your boots are supposed to be shiny. They're like, Miller, your boots are not shiny. And it's like, I'm sorry. So you look ridiculous. But at the same time, I felt 20 million times better once the boot came off, only to turn around and fuck it up again. So now I have pain. I still have, now I have redeveloped the pain in my legs when I run. That was because I tried to do too much too quickly. My new chit doesn't say that I can't that I can PT on my own, so I have to PT with the detachment. And if they're doing a running day, I have to kind of run with the group to the best of my ability, but still running at my own pace, even though that's, so it's really a weird situation. If I'm still feeling pain on Monday during this week off, then I will certainly go to medical. But I say all that to say, make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you're working out. I never thought that I would look this good. Not to toot my own horn, but I looked at myself in the mirror this morning and I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't been this thin since I was working at Amazon. So make sure you're PTing. It sucks, but do it. Run, do your push-ups, do your sit-ups. You don't want to fail because of one sit-up, and they will fail you for one sit-up. And that's gonna suck. Suck. Don't do it. So practice now. Learn what you need to do now. You need to learn to play the game. And I know that sucks. But if you know that your sit-ups are not all that great, because you have to get a good or better out in the fleet, or they're going to put you on the fitness enhancement program. Get a good or better, but as you get older, your standards for good and better kind of decrease. So I went from 29 to 30. I'm now in a new age bracket. My max sit-ups is about 52, but that's good or better for age of 30. So kind of be mindful of where your age brackets change, because when you change over to a new age bracket, then what you're only required to do, you're not required to do as many. So just be mindful of that. So it kind of worked out in my favor how many I could do, because now I can actually make good or better on my sit-ups, because that's what I feel. I keep failing those. I can't get good or better on the sit-ups. I don't know why. It's just sit-ups, it don't like me. So yes, PT.